So lately I have been playing a little bit off camera, so the last video did not end where this video picks up basically. But obviously I will just update the standings for myself and the rank I'm currently at in this video, so you can see those on the side always. But yeah, I decided to play a little bit more of the Darkrai deck because, well, even though I wasn't fully enjoying it, I mean, it's meta, so if you wanna actually climb and do well, then obviously you have to play what is meta, right? That's kind of the point, I guess. So, yeah, we are playing Darkrai again. And one thing you might notice is that people are playing Meowscarada more, because obviously it's a pretty big counter to Darkrai and Giratina, since it can actually one-shot the Darkrai, because Darkrai is weak to Grass type. And when with the 70 extra damage that Meowscarada gets on its attacks against the X cards, yeah, it obviously is really good and does one-shot a Darkrai. But okay, here this guy is running a Meowscarada deck, so I'm a little bit hesitant here to put in the Darkrai, because obviously he could just one-shot it. So we have to be a little bit careful. And also, I forgot to actually turn the energies on to dark energy, so I'm dealing with some fire energies here that I would have not liked to have dealt with. So yeah, that's making this game very hard already. Luckily we have a Giratina, so we can get some psychic energies for free on Giratina and actually still be able to do some damage that way. But yes, so we have 4 psychic energies on the Giratina now. With the Sabrina I swap in the Darkrai because I know I cannot attack with the Darkrai, so having him deal damage with his Meowscarada and actually one-shotting my Darkrai doesn't feel as bad as having Giratina be one-shot and then me basically already getting killed in one go with Giratina as well. But obviously, if you think about it, this Giratina is not really gonna do anything because its attack is dealing 20 damage to itself, and then the Meowscarada has 130, so yeah, it gets killed instantly as well. I'm also not sure why I didn't surrender this, honestly. So it's just, well, not winnable. Because yeah, dealing 130, he has another Meowscarada on his bench, so he can just swap that in and be fine. That's really the main concern here. So yeah, now I finally concede, and we can move on to the next battle because, well, that was not very useful. So yeah, this time I switched to the right energy, so at least that is correct here, and we can play a Draudigan with its nice rocky helmet, so anyone who attacks him will, well, obviously take 40 damage, which is a lot actually. And yeah, here we go. He is playing Weasel and Starmie, which is not a deck that I've played against very often. But yeah, he decides to attack me, which means he has only 20 HP left. Sadly, we don't have a Darkrai in our hand, otherwise a Darkrai would have killed the Weasel here already. But no, that's not the case. So he puts in his Starmie, and he puts on the cloak, which gives it quite a lot of HP actually. And maybe we can get a Darkrai with the Professor's Research. Here we go. No, Drodigan. There's a Darkrai. So we play the Darkrai, we play an energy on Darkrai. And the opponent concedes. They apparently didn't want to deal with it, so yeah, that's a pretty free win. But we will take it. Next up, we have another water type deck, another Staryu deck, which is gonna run a Vaporeon as well, probably because of the EV that he has in play. But yeah, we will see that in a bit. We play a Professor's Research to draw some cards, obviously, and let's see what we get. Yeah, just stacking some energies on the Giratina. Not a whole lot we can do yet. He takes 43 damage, which I'm fine with. That means he is in Darkrai kill range again if we draw a Darkrai. Sadly, we again don't. But yeah, it being so low already is still very good. So let's see what our opponent does. He plays a Starmie, which makes sense. He can heal it as well. That's a little bit annoying about water type decks. They have a lot of healing. And he's able to kill my Drodigan as well this way. Which fair, he needed to do that. So we will have to play Giratina because there's no other option here. And we could have had a Drodigan on the bench, but apparently I decided against that. Might not have been my best choice, but... Okay, here we have the Darkrai and the Drodigan then. We can use Leaf to put in the Drodigan after all. Yeah, not the best thing, but it's something, I guess. And then we put on some energies again. Luckily I did have a Leaf to actually, well, try kind of omit that mistake that I did earlier. But it still cost me one card. Here we go, we have a Sabrina. Not super useful, I think, right now. Because we obviously don't have Darkrai in play. Because I used the Leaf though, the Drodigan is now stuck in the active spot. So that's unfortunate, to say the least. And this guy is running a Leafeon instead of a Vaporeon. Leafeon is able to provide itself with the energy it needs. So that's nice for Leafeon. Also why you can actually run it in a deck that does not include any grass type energy. And we have enough energies on the Drodigan, so we swap it out again. Put the other Darkrai on the bench, yeah, that makes sense. And here we go. That's quite some damage on the Starmie, which gives us 2 points. But this guy still has a Leafeon, which he will be able to attack with it, but obviously it's only 70 damage, so that should not be too bad, right? So yeah, we wait for his turn to finish, and then we can use Giratina again. He deals 20 extra damage, still only 90, so that's fine. And we go next. Obviously, only an attack is needed. I use red to get 20 extra. Do the Darkrai to get another 20. And there we go. So 150. Let's go. Another win. And the Darkrai actually survives with 20 HP. If it would have died there, the opponent would have actually won, because I would have provided him with 2 extra points, which would have him have like 44 points, and I only had 2 in total. So yeah, that means he wins. Apparently the game works like that. I didn't know before, but it happened to me once, and I won that way, which is really nice. Okay, so we are against a wheezing coughing deck here, which is not sure. It's kind of nice, but not too bad, I think, to play against, especially with something as good as the Darkrai Giratina deck. It's not really that bad. So yeah, let's see what he does. Obviously he's gonna poison me. That makes sense. And then we just stack some energy on Darkrai. Hope that he is able to kill one of his Pokemon before he gets the evolutions off, but that is gonna be pretty hard probably. Yeah, as you can see, he gets his Mach, and he actually withdraws it with Goga, so a little bit annoying. This Weezing is just gonna do 30. No, he forgot to attack. But yeah, I can do 80 plus the 20 from the passive, but that means that Weezing is left with 10 HP. Yeah, we will have to wait another turn. And in the meantime, this guy is trying to get the Venipede up and running. So yes, we try and heal our Darkrai a little bit, and then we hope he doesn't put in the Whirlipede, but is not smart enough to notice that my Darkrai is still gonna do 80 damage to whatever he puts in. So yeah, that is quite a nice chunk of damage still, but sadly he has 10 HP left. However, he immediately attacks me, which makes me think that he actually gave up here, because why would you do that? Not sure why I retreated actually, because I could have basically won here. Just putting an energy on this guy. I could have even used Leaf. It didn't really matter that much. But okay, I made a little bit of an oopsie here. He puts in his other Whirlipede, and I draw some cards. And nothing too useful. There isn't really a lot of useful things in my deck anymore at this point, because we already have 2 Darkrai, we already have a Giratina, and we have quite a lot of support cards, but oh well, there they go, back into the deck. However, we draw an equal amount of cards still. So we are doing pretty good, and he doesn't have anything, so I still win here. Even though I made a pretty big mistake in my opinion. So here we go, just use the regular attack. And we win. So yeah, that's another. And that's another 13 points. Because we are on a win streak. Or 16 points actually, because we are on a bigger win streak. And here we go, the bane of my existence. We are against a Gyarados deck. These players have been everywhere. I've been seeing Gyarados decks almost every 4 or so matches, and I really don't like playing against them. Like at all. It's just not that much fun. Now I have to say, obviously, it isn't that much fun to play against the Giratina or Darkrai deck, which is why this is actually the last video I am playing this deck, because I got pretty sick of it playing it myself as well. But yeah, this is still a video where I am playing that deck, obviously, so you will have to forgive me for that sin. And this guy is already playing his Gyarados. Gyarados has 180 HP, he does 140 damage and only loses a single energy for it. Is that fair? No, I don't think it is. I think it is still one of the strongest cards in the game. Well, it has been in the game for quite a while as well. So yeah, not sure what to do about it, especially if you don't have any other basic Pokemon, but there we go. We draw some things that we can put on the bench. And we do some very small chip damage to Gyarados. Still have to put on one more energy on the Giratina, and he is gonna be able to attack me, sadly, and actually one-shot my Giratina. So yeah, this game is probably, as you can tell, lost. Because what am I supposed to do now? My Darkrai doesn't really have any energy on it. Besides, it would only deal 80 damage, while this Gyarados is able to deal 140. Basically for free as well. And playing a Drodigan here, it doesn't really help either. Sabrina is maybe my last chance, I try it. But, I mean, obviously he is probably just going to play a Leaf or something, or just play an energy and get the Gyarados out again. So that doesn't do a whole lot. And here we go, he even heals it, so yeah. Puts on a Rocky Helmet and actually doesn't have a Leaf. So he's just playing Manaphy for one turn. Only kind of putting off the inevitable of me losing this game. So yeah, I concede because obviously there's nothing I can do here. And that's a loss, sadly. But we have still been doing pretty well, I would say. We have a little bit of a win streak anyway, so let's see. Is this? I think this might be another Gyarados deck, sadly. So he's starting with the Manaphy, obviously, which is gonna provide him with quite a lot of energy. And he has a Palkia. So kinda similar to a Gyarados deck. However, I think Palkia is less strong than Gyarados. But yeah, you will have to decide for yourself. I think he is less strong. That's my opinion. He has 150 HP. He needs 4 energy to do 150, but loses 3 energy in the process. While Gyarados needs 4 energy as well, has more HP, deals 20 less damage, however only has a 50% chance that he even loses an energy. And then it's only 1, so instead of dealing 150 damage every 3 or so turns, you deal 130 every turn, basically. So yeah, you tell me which one is better. I think we all know who is. But yeah, that does give me a little bit of a chance in this. So obviously we give it a try. Sadly, this guy healed his Manaphy, which is pretty smart. Because now my passive doesn't kill it and I don't get free damage on one of his Palkia. So we have to actually attack it in order to actually kill it. So okay, yeah, we did that. Now we wait which one he is gonna put in. It is obviously gonna be the one with the most energy. And there we go, he is gonna one-shot my Darkrai. Oh, and also deal 20 damage to the bench. I forgot about that. Which, I don't know, it doesn't really make him that much stronger in my opinion. It's only 20 damage. It's only useful if you want to use Cyrus in any way. And yeah, because he had another Palkia on this bench, he already has 2 energies on that one. It won't take too long. Especially with Vaporeon, because you can just move around the energy and actually, you know, get a free attack in this way. This is obviously gonna give him the win already. There we go. So sadly we lose another. But I don't think there was much I could have done in this game to prevent this loss. So yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed. This is probably gonna be the last Darkrai Giratina deck video, so don't worry, other decks will be coming on the way soon, hopefully.